Rest in power, Mr. Curry. Rest in power, Dolly, and your double Fs. They were some monstrous titties. Came from rural Nebraska, is that where she's from? Died yesterday, passed. No longer with us. But in spirit, she is. Dolly World, which is not narcissistic at all. It's giving back to the people. It's not like Trump Tower, which is like this is me and my names and everything. Just so you remember, Dolly World is just like a label, and then inside of it you get to share in the wonders of her gift of theater, singing, frolicking about on stage, and showing you a flotation device that has never, likes of which has never been seen before in the entire world. Tim Curry today passed away, 80, paraplegic, I think, after a stroke. Or disabled after a stroke. Not sure what paralyzed level he was at, but it wasn't good. Kind of like the Christopher Reeves version, possibly like Locked In Syndrome or something like that. Like, it wasn't good. Loved it. Was afraid of it. The first movie, it's so funny how the new stuff sucks. And that just hit home. Like, you think the new Exorcist movies that came out would have been good?
Short signal on BIIB.
They were awful.
Score minus 4.5.
Awful. Oh no, is that my signals? I told them to silence the signal. Signal is not silenced. Hold on. Hold on. Technical difficulty. Trying to my trading signal. I'm trying to calm it down. Hold on. So yeah, don't go to a woman at a plastic surgeon bullshit fake med spa where there is no plastic surgeon. It's just a bunch of women, nurses. They couldn't like make the big money working as a RN at like a hospital setting and make this like bullshit half-baked salary. And they inject people for a living. And my face hurts. Friday was injected, jaw. Mogging, trying to mog. Let me see if I can mog it up. Hold on. There you go. See it? And it hurts. Right here. Right here. Feel it here. Like sinuses. I thought I had a horrible sinus infection, ragweed season in Texas. It's so bad. It's so bad. It hurts so much. Stuffy nose. But also weird tingling sensations, like nerve tingles. And if I like lift this or move it or manipulate like my fascia tissue in my face, it feels better. So that also could just be relieving sinus pressure though. So I don't know. I'm seeing a plastic surgeon tomorrow. Not fun. I don't like it. Took a ton of prednisone on an antibiotic. Not fun. Don't wish it upon anyone. Not an occlusion, I don't think. I think it's more of like pressing down on something that my body doesn't like. That's my guess. Feels a little bit better. Hold on. We'll see what happens. But yeah, vanity's a bitch. You know, I've injected myself a million times. I go to a professional, a bunch of women in a fucking witch's coven, and they inject my face. aspirate stuff. I never aspirate with radius. Straight down to the bone, never aspirated. Now I have an issue. Dude, you know how long it takes for radius to be like dissolve? A while. I hope this is temporary. I hope. Better. Fuck me. It's just like autoimmune disorder. Maybe I shouldn't be getting injections in my face with autoimmune disorder. Fair point, thank you. But clavicular, I want to reach my potential. My potential is not organic. It requires exogenous intervention. Okay, I need extrinsic expertise and product placement to be the best Bubba Fett that I can be. But here we are. Possible nerve damage. Probably not. Probably like an impact and compression. Feels a little bit better. Oh my god. The plastic surgeon in question's like a top guy in Austin, and he's in surgery, so that's why I haven't seen him yet. So tomorrow morning, hopefully I live. Didn't even want to do a show. I'm really indifferent about it. I don't feel great. I've made my algos would make me a ton of money though. Like, you know, when you trade and you have a portfolio of like say 15 to 20 securities and you're going through the day, it's hard to kind of keep track of everything. And when you're analyzing the security on like long form Excel spreadsheets, you'll forget a note, like all these notes. How often are you reading the notes in like 150 securities? Every quarter you're going through, but dude, it's a lot. This thing, dude, it's like telling me what I wrote. It's reading it. It's like, hey, just so you know, this has changed. Like Biohaven today, I thought was a great short because of its cash position. They sold one of their drugs for an upfront payment of $400 million. Up a lot. Up 15% right now. What is the intrinsic value in Biohaven that I have? Let me see. Yeah. Let me find this. Yeah, it's pretty high right now. It's pretty high. 400 million. Yeah, it's like $2. It's pretty high. This is not a place to trade it. Also, you know, maybe the market will find that this deal is like not attractive. In other words, they sold something for $700 million in total, including milestone payments, more or less, that, you know, might be better, you know, might be like a serious epilepsy drug. They sold to, was it Korean? BK Pharmaceuticals? What was BK Pharmaceuticals? SK, right? SK, sorry. South Korea probably, right? Yeah, South Korea group. Life and Science Operations. All these Asian companies like Tata are all conglomerates. It's like we sell gum, we sell manufacturing gaskets. We also sell gaskets for like your all forms of manufacturing. We also sell airplanes, engines. We sell computer appliance, like all this crazy motherboards. Like, it's like, what the hell? How could you be good at everything? It's crazy. Absolutely unbelievable. Working on this Taiwanese real estate deal. I think we're finally done. Minority real estate interest in the Taiwanese land deal with buildings. In Taiwan, you can have like own the land and then the building can be owned by someone else underneath it, above it. So the question is like, how do you value that? Like, who would want that? Usually these are like family-owned, private deals, and the cash flow is like subject to the kind of development of the upper part, but it already is cash flow positive. But you know, try to convince someone to sell theirs is like they need the cash and like getting them the best value. Discount rates for that are just enormous. So we'll see what happens. There's a right of first refusal clause. Should be good. Should make my friend $1 million, and we can move on with our lives. It's like you don't have the money. It's on paper. You want the maximum value, but you've never had a distribution. It's just land underneath like an apartment complex. It's worth $30 million. You know, you got a sliver of it. So extricate capital from a foreign country and move on with your life. It's the best you can do. Because you don't, it's such a small amount of money, the wherewithal to fight for a better deal is there, I guess, but also crazy, you know? Shut up. I can buy this for 15 Gs. Dude, why the fuck would you buy a Toyota or like a fucking Acura, you know, when you can buy an old Bentley for 15 grand? Like, are you kidding me? Bro. Not a flying spur though. I don't like the backs of those. I dig the GTs. Give me a Bentley GT all day long. Like, why would you buy the, like, an Arnage? Totally have it in your rotation. Totally, but not, you know, a Bentley GT. Oh my god, just so pretty. Such a beautiful car. Oh, super terrific. Yo, this is a 2009. I'd totally put this in my garage. It's so pretty. Look at that shit. What does this have? A salvage title on it? Clean title? Bruh. Exterior color is Glacier. What is Glacier? Dude. I may just have to pick one of these up soon. I may just have to. So the war's ongoing. Sanctions don't matter because China is the largest purchaser of Iranian crude. Like the economic sanctions don't really matter to the largest economical benefaction of Iran. Like there's just not a lot that like the West can do. And the new world order is coming to fruition with the multipolar world. And I think that the next step is to protect the United States and protect the treasury bonds is to the long the yield curve is to end the war in Ukraine, which seems to be happening. They're trying to get Russia on board. A globe master with the CIA advisor Ratcliffe was was seen flying over Moscow. They had some discussions probably about ending the thing. The whole process of like funding Ukraine with these drones that have extended the war kind of indefinitely caused countless hundreds of thousands of people died. Let me see both sides. Death counts. Let me see. Hundreds of thousands of military, 15,000 civilian deaths since 2022. Yeah, I mean, for what? Like the regional territories that have already been like acquired were acquired a long time ago. Every push seems to fail. Like this is just a monument of fuck up. I really don't know. I think in the future you could see Zelensky being taken out by like a drone strike, and I think that could happen to anyone. I think you're going to see that more often with world leaders. Maybe not United States bound because it doesn't necessarily matter. The apparatus is so big here. You'd have to take out the institutions of the CIA, NSA, like to knock out a leader as like a sign of I don't know. There's no like opposition group, like the situation will just get worse for you unless you really want to go to a kinetic war, which it seems like no one wants or needs to do in this day and age. Like these are the last vestiges of like hot war. I think it's going to be cyber, it's going to be economics, land as we know it in terms of like land captures are like already happening in this kind of part of the century. I don't think you're going to see anything more beyond the Middle East and beyond like Russia trying to regain some of its USSR territories. I think that's it, mainly for natural resources, the purposes there, and it also insulating the natural resources you have from, you know, NATO or someone like that, or a foreign entity trying to impinge upon it. Iran, Venezuela. I don't see many others that are like primed for that. There are reserves off of Palestine's coast, but that's, you know, it's a foregone conclusion. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, it's called the Gaza Marine Field, 30 billion cubic meters of natural gas. Kind of unrealized. You know, Saudi, Aramco, largest natural gas reserves offshore, realized in the world. Venezuela is the largest unrealized. This is another one of those like
short signal on BLCM.
We're gonna mine it. We're
Score
gonna
minus
take it out of there.
4.6.
And eventually Israel will do that in Palestine. It's kind of the whole deal, really. It's kind of the whole deal. So natural resources, gold, palladium, precious metals, all that. The kinetic warfares are essentially over. I can't foresee like Russia attacking the United States in like 2055 from Alaska or something. There's no point. Our technology is advancing to where the economics of land don't matter as much. And like territorial expansion for the sake of data centers, I think is interesting. But China and Russia have that all over Asia. There's no need. Also, they have perhaps great weather for that as well in terms of cooling. That's kind of an advantage versus South America and Central America for the United States. The compute cost is just like exponentially higher to that end. I don't know that that's a realistic assumption, but it's possible. Just temperature of climate, like, oh yeah, you know what? Asia has a great opportunity there to really save money and enhance like per, I don't know, kilowatt hour of unit cost. Possibly, I don't know. Yeah. The Arctics are interesting. The Arctics, the ice breaker ships of Russia. Who controls these territories? Are there unforeseen? The real issue with China and Russia, China and the United States, is that this is we hold a trade deficit, and the partnership is what it is to maintain U.S. dollar hegemony. But slowly but surely that unravels, yet we still need each other's trade partnership for, you know, an industrial base that we don't have. And we like them to buy our treasury bonds to facilitate the guaranteeing of the US dollar, right? Because like the dollar needs to have a demand, and settlement with China is in dollars. And we demand that, and that's great because we buy all their shit. But at some point, you know, we're gonna be like, hey, fuck this. It's like there's the net benefaction is like not that great, and we're going to, I don't know, go to war, but again, not in a hot war. It's going to be cyber. It's already ongoing. So we'll see. Can you imagine one day Miley Cyrus is going to die and people are going to say, dude, that's so sad. And like the retards that exist today are going to be like, Miley Cyrus died. Like the Nepo babies that die in the future, that's going to be a thing. There are going to be people in your peer group, listeners, on Kick, that are like, oh my God, Timothée Chalamet died. I'm like, there's no way Chalamet makes anything of note in terms of art in the foreseeable future that I would give a fuck about. He might be tied to famous directors that are talented, and by default he's associated with great work, and he's astroturfed, his namesake is, but he will not have performed very well. He thinks in himself, in the Junkie interviews of Marty Supreme, that he like is a god or did something amazing. And from what I can tell from a variety of people that have different views on movies, not so much. And he was like, dude, that I had to go to such a place. Like, no one gave a fuck about that movie, man. No one gave a fuck about that movie. Really gotta you really shouldn't have dated a Jenner. Like, that's such a terrible look. Dude, date like someone who's accomplished. Like, you know, like if you mix Shia LaBeouf in terms of his personality with Timothée Chalamet, and like the domestic violence thing you took away, that might help you in terms of marketing. Both of those guys are so flawed. I think LaBeouf, the beef, is buff now. He's on steroids or something because he's like running around his neighborhood in Hollywood Hills and he looks Jack City. I don't mean like Jack City like skinny and like, you know, svelte. I mean, he looks like he has some like 20 pounds of muscle. Hope it's not AI. Good for him. Dude, stop beating up your girlfriends, man. Or stop gaslighting them. And you know what? You get out of jail free pass because you had a fucked up childhood, so you were fucked up. But then someone has to pull you aside. Hey, you're becoming your dad. The crimes against you are now carrying over to the next generation. Stop that. Oh, one of my securities just sold. Hold on. Nice. FinMos, the preferred shares of FinMate. We just dumped a little bit here. We're trying to rebalance the portfolio downwards as we head towards NVIDIA earnings. How many of those fucking like local AI LLMs, like the Spark or whatever, like you start to push these units. I don't know, man. It's almost like you're fighting the inevitable, which is the compute economy or the economical compute of like having everything in data centers, and like the GPU direct is like less and less relevant. So I don't know, you're getting that like your margins are gonna get cut because everyone's gonna be using other people that might have your GPUs, but those are already sold. There's not this perpetual, you know. I don't know. I feel bad for NVIDIA. As soon as China says like, hey, SK Hynix or whatever is like amazing, we don't need NVIDIA, we're just gonna ban US chips. What is NVIDIA? That's 30% of their top line. You know, that's a lot. So should I short NVIDIA? Probably not. I have no interest in doing that. It's like, that's a fool's errand. It's like when I was trading oil futures, I was like, it's a doggy. Trading oil futures, and I thought like, oh, you know what? Because of where things are and the day rates going up, like Transocean would have a great quarter, it like falls by 12%. It's almost like certain derivatively rich areas that are heavily invested by different players want to destroy you as an investor, as a retail entity, and they want to see you like lose the timing, and you have to be big enough to absorb it. And everything's primed for NVIDIA to disappoint. The expectations are so high, and then at the same time, people expect them to things are worried. We're worried about the bubble. People are talking about the bubble and GPUs and competition and everything. And it's like any little thing to justify that negative narrative is going to kill the stock. At the same time, I'm sure there's like a lot of people selling puts, and so then the fuck you is to the people, possibly some of the market makers, they're selling that to retail, and it squeezes. Everyone like creating deals with other people, but there's no cash like distributed. It's all like promissory notes against future income. Like, we're gonna give you this value because you're gonna make that in the future, even though you don't make it now. We're gonna have this huge contract we signed with you. No cash really is like changing hands per se. We're just gonna like use debt to finance the deal. And around and around we go. And it's a lot like private equity and public equity now. It's like all this off the book notes where it's like, well, this is a special exception, special investment, and the United States government will back all this, a lot of it, because it is a national security issue. So shorting, I don't think makes a lot of sense. I really do think this is a huge terraforming of the tech future, the tech oligopoly in the United States, and it's going to be backstopped by the U.S. government. Insofar as, we have the ability to do so before the U.S. dollar is actually, truly attacked by maybe a unicorn of the BRICS or something. Though I don't think that it matters. It could just be like the yen, the real, and whatever else they come up. I don't know, whatever. Pick like a consortium of currencies and also digital ones. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I would not be surprised if Saudi Arabia actually does some more deals with Iran and pisses us off. But we'll see. Took an antibiotic at 4. Took a lot of prednisone. 20 grams of prednisone, 20 milligrams of prednisone yesterday. Got about 20. None today so far. It's like took it at 4 o'clock in the morning. Took my because I was like not feeling great. Haven't taken anything today. I think. You know, it's always worried like, oh, I feel better, I'm okay. It's like, yeah, you're on Oxycontin. You know what I mean? Like whatever you're like, I'm feeling good. It's like, are you? Like, I have to be mindful of these things. You feel good because you're on heroin. Like, you know, it's like the underlying issue is still a problem. The steroids, it's like, oh no, my face isn't, there's no necrosis and the filler, issue is subsiding. No, you're on 100 milligrams of prednisone. It's like, when did I take it? You don't know. You're high. You don't know anything. Like you're not in a position to make any decisions, including count. So yeah. Last year this time I saw a ENT because I thought my sinuses, I thought I had like a deviated septum. I had so much pain in my nose. I think that the ragweed here really fucks me up. That was in September. It's almost September now. It could be that that's what's causing me to have issues. I don't know. It could be that women are destroying my life, from my mother to the nurses to every girlfriend I've ever had to the girl in college that knew I had like $250,000 that one of my trustees didn't know about, and we used to spend all of it on fun trips and shit. And really, she was just using me for the money, but the sex is great. And I don't care. I had a great time. It's like, imagine being in a position where there are people that they're stealing from your mom because they know your dad's not in your life because she taught you to hate him, and they're stealing money. And as they're like issuing bills to trustees at your mom's friends, some of which have a Stanford MBA, they don't really care about the due diligence. But this lawyer says you owe $120,000 this month. Okay, fine, pay it. They're so focused on stealing with fake bills. This consortium of a personal representative, his law firm, and others that and your mom's family, that there's $250,000 in some account they didn't even notice, and you're just using it to fuck off and pretend like you're rich and disassociate because life's too painful. Isn't that a weird thing? It's kind of weird. It's kind of why don't you do drugs or something? Nah, I'd rather just play Hollywood boy and just chill. It's very strange. But yeah, it's how do you react to adversity? Well, back then I didn't react well. I used money and women and stuff to feel better about myself, and my world was falling apart because I didn't have a father figure to teach me what to do. And to this day, I have women that I allow in my life to fuck with it, like those nurses that inject me with this poison. It was from hospital where they were injecting potassium chloride in people's spines, and then they were paralyzing them in doing so, and then they like issued apology notes. Sorry, like, oh, you had back surgery, apologize for that. Dude, you know they were women. You know they were fucking women, dude. It's either a sociopathic man with an IQ 2 standard deviations from the mean, or it's a woman. Which oddly goes the other way. A retarded person that also might not care or is also malicious. It's very odd. I kind of dig the doctors that inseminate women with their own sperm. You know, like that's so awesome. Like, this donor you've chosen is inferior to me. I will give you me instead. You know, they do like a 23andMe like 20 years later, and it's like all these kids are related to this one guy, and they arrest him. He's like an elderly man. He's like, checkmate. he's like Mr. Smith and Matrix. More of me. Hello, me. like all the kids with their mothers at the trials, like, hi, children. Hello, mini me. Oh my god. I am their father. This is a house of future learned doctors. How dare you ungrateful bitches put me on trial? Fuck all of you. You terrible choice in donors. One of you, Barbara, you kept wanting that guy, the ex-boyfriend we found as a donor illegally, who was a convicted felon, to impregnate you. What is wrong with you? I went to Oxford. Stupid. So stupid. But yeah. You know, the people that tell you about those stories, you as a man secretly think they're awesome, and like a woman's like, that's awful. Like the Lindsay Clancy stuff, I sent someone a joke from Nick Fuentes about I have ADD, I didn't mean to do it, or like I was hungry and that's why I robbed the Jack in the Box and shot everybody. I didn't have any money, but I was hungry. And the voices in my head saying you're hungry necessitated a delusional it's like psychosis that it was okay to do that. You know, it's like so funny. And this girl just gave me this like emoji look of the neutral face, like. But I'm like, do you really feel that, or is it like a solidarity thing? Like, do you feel upset that I sent that? Like, can you see the humor in it, or it's like they have to say that because it's like all women are united, you know? And you have fucking Michael Tracy on the internet telling people, it's not like she goes to prison. She's going to be in a mental hospital forever. I'm like, yeah, we get it, Michael. You're trying to get laid with a bunch of like mids because you're like a bloviating, fucktard, balding, whatever, little gremlin. And it, suffices to say, helps people like you, which are like fake conservative. I don't know what his politics are. He's obviously like socially liberal. Might be a false conservative for the sake of just like the clicks. And kind of one of those moderate liberals or whatever, but he feigns like conservatism because it's just popular to widen his audience reach. And he's just like, all these men online are just so disgusting. It's like in a fucking Zoom call with like 4 other women. I'm just like, you're trying to get laid, dude. You're just trying to get laid. It's so unattractive. It's so disgusting. It's the predatory thing that the women with purple hair talk about, and the men around them are all predators. And I think the women are smart enough to know that, but they feel ineffectual and they know that they need the men. So it's like this like lie. They're all lying to each other. Like, do you really think that he believes what he says and that he's a man? Or do you think he's just doing that because he's like a weird, insecure freak and he has no game and he wants to cozy up to you with some weird relationship with his father? What do you think? What the fuck do you think? Like, do you really? I think women are like smart enough to know sociologically and their emotional intelligence, but they're also so delusional on purpose because it suits them in the moment. And so they're like, oh, this guy's really, cares about me and he cares about my rights and my, ability to strangle children like a conveyor belt in some dysfunctional Tesla factory one after another. Next. Efficiency. Our conveyor belt is the most efficient baby infanticide.
Short signal on cat. Score minus 5.9.
Oh shit! Did I fuck up my mic? How long has it been fucked up? Yo, has it been fucked up this whole time? I'm the worst quality control person ever. Hold up. Have I been on fucking... How long have I been on this thing? Dude, I'm so angry.